This video is garbage. I literally hate it so much. I don't give any good information or storyline or anything that actually pertains to what I'm trying to talk about, because it was the first sit down, lights on, real video I was trying to film on this channel, and it's just awful. I just babble a lot. I recorded for 45 minutes, and I have this video cut down to 10 minutes. But I want to show you how much work I have put into it, and that is why I'm not scrapping it completely, because I honestly just can't let all of this effort go to waste. But God, is it awful and boring. But just look at this. I love that I can't work my own editor. Okay, so I'll zoom in about, because this whole end hasn't been edited yet. So here's all the clipping, or whatever you would call it, cutting, moving bullshit. So let me just, okay, up here is a line of like pictures, right? So there's there's an individual set for each individual picture up here. So there are 3 pictures, there are 3 bars for each one of those pictures, because for some reason I can't get that on individual things to just put them in random spots on the video. So there are yeah, and then like text, and then there's a line of copy text. I don't know why, I don't remember. And then there's this, I don't know what that is. More pictures and videos, because these ones were too far over for these ones. So this is how much effort I have put into this video right here, and I just can't imagine losing all of this. So that is why I'm going to continue editing it. I just wanted to put this on the video as like a prerequisite. Was that what I would say? I don't know. Yeah, it's a bad video. And I would like to actually record some like real and more information for the video. But I wanted to put this out Monday. It is currently, if I can look at it, Tuesday, and I don't think it's even going to be done by tomorrow. So maybe I'm just uploading once a week right now. I did record a whole other video that I wanted to upload, but I felt I had to get this one out. And oh my God. So maybe at the end I'll put a little more information, or maybe it'll be a completely new video, because this one is just killing me. Yeah, so enjoy. Hi guys, welcome to my new YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about Willow. It has been 3 months since my last update. My last update video was before her last 2 vet checkups. That is what this video is about today, and I really owe you guys the story of what happened and how she's doing. And anyone who actually cares, the whole like 5 people that watched the videos, probably want to know if Willow is okay. And the answer is yeah, she's living her best life. I'm going to tell you everything that has happened up until this point. I wanted to just tell you guys what's been going on and how she's been doing, and everything leading up to this point where I believe she's fully healed, and any hiccups that might have happened between then and now. There is one more vet checkup that we have coming up here pretty soon, and I wanted to get this video out before we went to that, because so much has happened. So in the beginning, I was having a hard time uploading videos because I was editing them on my phone. I hate the editor on my phone. I'm used to. When I did YouTube about hard, I don't have a hard time editing videos. Bad videos. Really didn't like how they were coming out. I didn't have editing software. Years and years. So here I am, just compiling old phone videos, Snapchats, probably some of videos, started editing. So obviously, as you can see here right now, she has a lot of fur on her butt, which is still trying to grow in, and it's been about 6 months since her surgery. So she had her butt shaved in the coldest parts of the winter this year, and she was very cold, so I ended up getting her all kinds of jackets, and I'll just insert a bunch of pictures of her in the jackets and being super cute, because she didn't mind them, but she doesn't really need them now, and it kind of makes me sad. So I might just have to like put them on her to take new pictures now, because I love putting her in the outfits. After she got out of the cage, which I believe is where we left off, kind of, which was actually 2 weeks early, because they had told me that she was only going to need to be in the cage for 6 weeks and then bumped it to 8 weeks. I don't know if that was just because of scheduling or what, but at 6 weeks I started letting her out. She did hate being in the cage. That was the worst time of her life. I have some super cute but sad pictures of her looking very depressed in the cage that I will also I'll just continue throwing pictures up at you guys. And they were so sad. 2 months, like literally 60 days of being in a cage and only going out to go pee and having limited mobility because your legs hurt and because you have stitches and a cone and all that stuff. It was super hard the whole time, and I did cry a lot. I did not think I could do it. I didn't think I could make it through having her like that. I had a hard time having her in the cage. It was too depressing. It was so hard with her being sad, and when I let her out, it was hard to take her potty, and sometimes she would be stuck in the cage for 12 hours a day while we were at work. It was honestly just the hardest thing I've probably gone through in a long time, because seeing her like that it just hurt inside my soul. I wanted to give up. I told Mason we should just give her to the vets and have them take care of her. They all loved her there. Just have her. I don't care. Just give her a good life. I can't do this anymore. It was too hard. Yeah, I hated that. But we did let her out a lot to get a bunch of cuddles and kisses. We tried to just give her as much love as possible while being caged. Imagine being in one area, only being able to go to the bathroom and back. Obviously, some people in their lives have gone through that, and that is horrific, but not even people in jail have that limited of amount of things to do. This poor girl was like in solitary. I was gonna say solitaire. Why are you dirty? It's a YouTube video. You can't be dirty. It's not. Say hi to everyone. She sleeps a lot. Ghosty's sleeping behind. It was just incredibly hard to give her medicines every day and make sure they got to her on time, make sure she has time to go potty. All that stuff was overbearing, and I almost quit my job at that point just to take care of her, because she was almost 24/7 care. But I didn't quit my job then. I quit my job way after I needed to, and now I have no job. So once she started feeling better, we did decide to let her out and be in the house a little bit. We would try to let Ghost out and not have them interact too much. But I did take her out on a walk and let Ghost with us, and she got very excited, and he got very excited because they hadn't really played in a long time. But they both got very excited and scared the absolute hell out of me, and I could not stand it, and I just took her inside. And then the next time I tried to let her out with Ghost, she was loose, because at about 6 weeks, I just started letting her be free. And I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but I let them out. And Ghost just like pounced on her legs, like the first thing he did when they got outside. And she started screaming, and I was like, oh my god, I just broke her legs again. I can't do this. This surgery was so much money. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And she ended up fine. But that was very stressful for a while, because I thought for sure that the next day she wasn't gonna be able to walk. Something was gonna happen. She does very long bleps when she's tired, so her tongue will just be out for a minute. She also sleeps like cuddling her legs. She doesn't have as much flexibility as most dogs, and I'm supposed to be stretching her every once in a while, but she's doing a very good job at healing herself. She does need to build a little more muscle in her butt cheeks and her hips. Right up here is pretty bony, but she is filling out quite a bit, as you guys can probably see. Obviously, when you have a dog that's almost 3 months old and you put them in a cage for 2 months, you're missing out on a lot of things, a lot of growth, a lot of training that you could be doing. And she started losing her teeth, and that made me so sad. I started collecting her little baby teeth that I could find. I know that's gross. I still have them. Don't judge me. But I couldn't bear the fact that she was like growing and getting bigger and losing her puppy teeth and doing all this stuff, and we couldn't even hardly see it happening because she was just stuck in a cage. One of the things that really sucked to miss out on was training her. She still is learning a lot of new things and still is not socialized almost at all. When she first came out of the cage, that was a whole new puppy. When we got her, she was extremely friendly. One of the reasons I picked her out of the litter was because she came up to me. And she had a few brothers that were super friendly, insanely friendly. I almost took one of them home, but I really wanted a girl. That was my main goal, was to get a girl. I've had boys my whole life. I've literally had boy dogs for 12 years straight. The last female we had was a blue heeler. So my heat is kicking on and you're gonna hear it and it kind of sucks, but I really need to make it through this video before Mason gets here, which is probably in about 5 minutes. So let's go. We missed her growing up. We missed a lot of her socializing. No, it's okay. It's okay. He hates wind blowing. He hates a lot of random things. He's fine with chainsaws, but if you have the car air on full blast, oh boy, you better watch out. And don't flick a lighter near him. But you can chainsaw, and you can hammer, and you can do lots of loud things that he's totally fine with. It's just the weird, random, quiet things that make no sense. He sticks his head out the window. That wind doesn't bother him. For a second, I'm sorry. Does that feel good? Does that feel good? Does that feel good? Really? She was one of the sweetest, next to her baby brother that I almost brought home because he was the sweetest. And she was super friendly to every person she met. And when she came out of the cage, she actually stepped back from that a lot. She was very shy. She runs from new people. She runs from a lot of things. The other day, she got caught on Mason's controller cord and took everything with her because it started following her, and that was terrifying, and she ran. That's kind of her natural response right now, is just be scared and run. And we missed out on one of those most crucial times of her life where we could have trained her to get used to new things like that. People, stuff touching her, getting caught on things. Like, she wasn't used to being around the house anymore. And even though she spent, a month in the house before she had gone into the cage, she doesn't remember that stuff from when she was like a little baby. And now she's still scared of people, but she's getting better. Also, when she came out of the cage, she started eating very fast, psychotically fast, to the point I thought, well, I'm gonna have to get her a slow feeder because she just doesn't know how to eat anymore. She's inhaling her food. She didn't chew anything. If she had to chew something, she would spit it out. She still doesn't like chewing things. But that was something I majorly feared because he has always been a free feeder. He eats whatever he wants, as much as he wants. He doesn't have an issue stopping himself when he's full or when he just is done eating. He has gained some weight. He's getting to be a little chunky, but that's expected. He's 4. So I was scared that I would have to start putting the food up. I would have to pick specific feeding times, something like that, and I really didn't want to go through that. I really didn't want to deal with that. I know that sounds a little selfish or like I'm not responsible enough to handle that. I was fully willing to get her a slow feeder and to feed her at certain times and only give her a certain amount, but I wanted to test the waters with what I could possibly do to correct this behavior. I just started free feeding both of the dogs, and what ended up happening is she would eat and eat and eat, and it would get to the point where I'm like, okay, she needs to be done eating, and we would yell at her to stop eating. And I know that sounds terrible, but yeah, we would yell at her to stop eating. Just quit, get away from the food, go do something else. We'd give her a toy, we'd start playing with her, we'd take her outside, anything to get her away from the food bowl and realize that she's full and doesn't need to keep eating, and that the food is always going to be there. That she doesn't have to scrounge or be scared that she's never going to eat again. And I don't know if that was because she was in the cage and she was eating at certain times just with her medicine, or what the deal is with that, or resource guarding or something like that. I don't know. But I'm proud to say that habit has actually gone away. That is completely stopped. She comes over here, she eats a few bites and she leaves, or she eats half a bowl and leaves, and she actually is very good. She is psychotic with treats, though. You cannot bring out a treat and her not climb up your body like a rabid squirrel. But I guess none of this is really the point of the video. The point of the video is Willow's fine. She's doing really good. It was hard at first. Her legs got sore. She was limping every once in a while still. I didn't want her running and jumping on things. She would try to jump on the couches. We went to a vet appointment and he said there's nothing she can do anymore. Her legs are good, and if she's been playing and running and jumping, they're set. They're not going to move anymore besides however she moves them and grows into them. And that leads me up to the next vet appointment. Her bone right here was very twisted. And the vet said that pulling her kneecap from here to here will help twist the bone back into place. And he said that it looks like it is doing that. One of the vets that I talked to actually seemed to be very confused by that idea that her bone was gonna grow back into place, but according to my main vet and the one who did the surgery on her, it looks like it is doing that. So we will see if her legs need another surgery. I was hoping she'd get up and walk around for you guys, but she is full nap mode. And I guess that's it. I'm on my way to the park with the dogs, and because of something that happened previously at the park, it reminded me that in my video I was kind of speeding through the end to wrap it up since Mason was about to come inside, and I didn't get to talk about the fact that we're socializing Willow, getting her out there more, and I'm training her to do more things that Ghost knows how to do, which is a lot. And she is working up courage and building her confidence. And we were at the park the other day. Can I roll this up? That's probably so loud on the video. Where are we going? Going to the park? Are we going to the park? What are we doing? So anyhow, we're building Willow's confidence, and the other day at the park, while I was having her go up and down steps and bounce up these little log things, I noticed that she became less and less willing to do it, and I didn't understand why at the time. I thought she was just being a brat and didn't want to do it. But then I saw her walk a few steps, and I noticed that she was actually a little lame in her back right leg, mostly, which is her worst leg. According to her surgeon, Miss Priss, hi. Her right back leg was more deformed. And I guess after playing very hard that day at the park and doing a lot of exercises that she's not used to, it made her a little sore. And that's the first time I noticed her being sore since probably about a month out of the cage. And it made me feel really bad because I was like, oh no, I worked her too much. Now she's sore, and like I hope that I didn't like hurt her leg in some way. But I realize on a mental level that it's probably good that she became sore, because that means she's using those muscles and building that back up, and it's probably good for her to just do that. Maybe not to the point where she's a little lame, where she's like almost limping on one leg, but where she feels it just a little bit, at least, so we know that she's building muscle. And I need to do it more often, and just make sure that she's getting the exercise she needs, and that it's not too much and it's not too little, because I think right now we're at the point where it's too little. Anyhow, I'm sorry that I rushed the end of that video. I'm really embarrassed to be on YouTube at this point still, and it's weird to do it in front of people. And once I get back into the swing of it, it'll be totally fine. I'm actually planning a video with Mason here soon, so we'll see what happens. And thank you for watching. I hope that this has been informational, and I'm really sorry if I seem nervous, or I'm like talking really slow, or seem like a different person on camera, but I'll work through it. We'll get through it. And this is going to be my main YouTube channel, where you're going to see a lot different content after this. So be ready for that. And Ghosty says bye. Willow says good night. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.